What's up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. We are back with another Ferrari 412 video for you guys today. If you guys saw our last video on this car, we showed off the rear ducktail spoiler that we built for the car, albeit to mixed reviews from you guys. And today we are going to be making another visual modification to this car that might be a little bit controversial, but we'll have to see what you guys think. You know, as I've mentioned before, the Ferrari 412 was a bit of a bridge between the old school style of Ferraris and the more modern style of Ferraris. You know, so one of the things that this car featured was two lights that were different colors, one being red and one being a yellowish orange. And, you know, the modern Ferraris that came after, for example, the 456 that replaced the 412 had two red lights that kind of became the future of Ferrari. And you know, we felt that with this car being a resto mod, that changing the rear taillights was something that could be really cool, you know, to show off the more modern era of Ferrari. So we had thought about, you know, a couple of different ideas, but we decided that if we were going to be doing a taillight conversion, that we had to use something that was factory Ferrari, and the modern era of Ferrari taillights is what we immediately looked into. I reached out to our graphic designer and had him do a render with those on the 412 body, showed them to the client, and the client said, absolutely, let's do it. We went ahead and ordered some lights and set about fabricating them to the 412. So these are the four taillights. You guys can see, like I was talking about, they are all the same color, all red. So these are actually the factory lights that would come on the 812 Superfast, which is the same car, of course, that we got the engine from. You know, so it felt kind of fitting to have these lights. These would also be on the GTC4 Lusso. You know, a lot of the modern Ferraris all run the same lights. Lights are expensive to manufacture, the first ones, you know, make all of the molds for everything. So they usually use the same lights on a number of cars for a little while. And you know, the backing plate has the 3-bolt pattern, you know, this nice foam gasket to seal it. Of course, the light is also all LED, you know, which is really nice. It'll have a lot less draw than an older style light would have. I'm gonna go ahead and have Steve kind of light them up, make sure that they all work, kind of see what they look like, and you know, which ones work in which ways, you know, as far as turn signal, parking reverse lights, you know, that kind of stuff, and make sure that we orient these all right.
Where that bar is up and down.
That's the tail light. Now, see, that's like a brake light, but I don't understand why both of them aren't lighting up. And then this is turn signal.
Okay. Okay.
One of the really cool things about using a factory light like this is that we actually have, you know, factory DOT ratings, which is the right way to have, you know, having everything safety tested and make sure that the government is happy with it is really important to us. So now we're going to go ahead and pass these lights off to Martin, and he's going to be fabricating a system to mount these to the 412. Now that Martin had a chance to look at the lights with the car, he's made a plan of how he wants to go ahead and mount them, which is essentially similar to how all modern taillights are mounted, which is to create a 3-sided bucket shape with the back plate being the mounting surface for the light. You guys saw that foam seal on the back and those 3 studs. Those are how the taillight will mount, and we're gonna have to create that structure. And the first part of that was ordering some material. You guys will see here we ordered this exhaust material actually for like an industrial truck. And it was like basically the perfect size steel material that we could weld into the car, and it would work really well for us.
challenging part about this taillight conversion, as you guys can see how there's a difference in angle here. So because of the tail shape of this car and the wing that we built, we wanted to place it in a way that it would sort of kind of flow with this tail area. To do that, we had to mount him like this. And the recessed ceiling surface being so far down in there, water would get trapped in here. That's why I had to make a weeping hole, which will run a small tube and down to the floor of the car, out, you know, to the outside. So that part was a little bit tricky, but if you come around this way, you guys can see how even though these lights never went, it was never made for this car, but we were able to kind of angle it in a way to kind of match the flow of this tail. So yeah.
So that's gonna be it for this video. What do you guys think of the taillights? I'm really happy with how they look, especially lit up. I think they give this car a whole new look that I'm really excited about. I think they play really well with the wing in the back. Definitely excited to see how everything looks once it's painted and all powered up.